Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of North Korea. We are going to be working on our equipment designs real quick while we try and figure out if we can make some sort of machine that has enough range to get to one of the islands to target to build a base. That's our goal. And currently, I'm going to say max range on our surface vessels. This is 1750. And then if you look at our surface fleets, we have some older frigate ones. This is only 1480. What our subs have a lot more range, and that is 2550. And that's still not enough to get out of this area. We went ahead and upgraded everything on here. Diesel electric power 2. And 1. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. Decommission that. Here. This has a max range of 7,000 kilometers with this build. This is 15, this is 2,000, so that's effectively what we currently have. If I just get these, 7,000 kilometer max range. We want subsurface. It's not ballistic, so we'll just go with missiles. Yeah, so we're just gonna make this. We'll produce it with, what is this thing? Submarine only, 6 Machine Industry Bureau. And we're gonna make them as fast as we can. So 7,000, hopefully, puts us here. Hope to God for the playthrough it puts us in this range. We'll see. And we're just gonna make those in perpetuity, forever. We'll never stop making them. Yeah. And we're working on our trade agreements with Iraq. See what decisions we're missing out on. We are doing our resource extraction, which is up here in the Hamgyong province. Oh, we did get backdoor access to Korea though. Ooh, okay. So we get the juicy goods. It looks like they have anywhere between. No, they have 390 planes that can attack us. That's what that is. If this stockpile is accurate, if oh god, they do have Bradleys. Those are way better than what we have. They don't have a lot of them, but they have enough of them. They also have a lot of older tanks. It really wouldn't be too hard to attack them if we could attack them. Like, their equipment's definitely better than ours by, like, miles. It's just, is our supply stockpile big enough and they can outproduce us? That's a pain in the butt. Plus, if they get intervention forces from the US, like, we would not be able to handle that. It's just really tough mentally to think. Like, we're on the precipice of being able to do it. We definitely need more jets, though. Alright, so... Oh, we get... I need to do all of these. Is that a resource gain efficiency thing with everyone? And foreign investment? I think we're doing all that. It's, if I read that right, we're doing all of them. If that's for us, I will bypass sanctions however it allows me to. Let's do it. Yeah, we need rubber though, really bad. And we're 10% done. That's so slow. If I accept money, what is this? 25 political power and then I get 3 billion? I don't need pop. I do not need pop growth. I'm gonna take the accept money and see what happens. Combat foreign influence as well. Oh. Yeah, we don't have enough command power, otherwise I would be selling weapons to everyone in the world. Everyone in the world gets weapons that probably shouldn't have them. Or at least easy access to them. Oh, so this is actually the research for the engine I do have for the missile sub. So the next one up gives me a better engine for all our other naval equipment. That's wildly important information. That's... So you have to research the first submarine diesel electric motor to even get the equipment that you already have. Got it. Right, cool. Then let's do stuff more in the... Yeah, I'm probably attacking Indonesia, so let's start with Russia. I can't go lower. So we really need these to finish. The whole power thing is a huge problem. We need medical relief, guys. Sorry, medicine. And then... kind of got myself in a bind here. Have to make a nuclear power plant fairly quickly. Then we are combating foreign influence. Okay. Ooh. Yes. Give us another treaty that maybe benefits Iran, giving us. Yeah, if they would put a factory here, would be infinitely grateful. So grateful we might integrate them into the people of the North Korean or the Democratic People's Republic. All right. Western Outlook emerged victorious where? Italy? Okay. So they stayed the same. Oh. Well, clicked off an application on a different screen. That's cool. At least it wasn't the recording. Nice. Oh, so this actually does modify the UNSC sanctions. Kim Jong-un, trade agreement with Russia and Indonesia now. So these are almost non-existent. This is actually helping my income. And it should be helping my fuel gain too, because we do have a tiny, minuscule amount of oil production. So that should not be understated. Like 13 right now. All right, so we have the cipher of Korea. Let's do a cipher on the Philippines. This is why you got to be careful who your friends are. You never know who's planning what. Like, we're befriending the Philippines right now in the trade market, but we're definitely planning to attack them almost immediately after we attack that Palu or whatever the Papao, whatever the tiny name is, tiny island name. Where is it? Palau. Yeah, definitely want that. Part of the Great Kim Dynasty that we're making. Hmm. We're speeding up our construction a tiny, minuscule amount. It's almost noticeable. It's not, though, yet. It's so small. Alright, so Indonesia didn't want to do anything with us. See about a trade agreement with China. And we'll see if Iran wants some weapons. I'm sure they do. Iran's reliable for extra equipment, I would think. Considering the regime is trying to attack basically the whole world by themselves, which is, I guess, a thing. I mean, you have lofty goals of a type. All right. Let's see here. Trade with China, kind of. It's a given, right? That should go through. I flopped on the Indonesia one. Why? Why is it louder? The more notices, why it should just be one level noise. Why does the mod do that? Is that in the regular game now? Like if I had an unmodded playthrough, does that happen with notices? If you get 50 of them, you just get a massive slap to the eardrums with how loud it is. Yeah, and this is very quick, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. That'll help with the build time. All of these should help our energy gain, which is in a nightmare state right now. All right, weapons. Weapons. What do you want? They rejected us. All right. Oh, nice. Try and get a trade agreement with Vietnam. I don't know how that's gonna go. Let's see. Did it remove the sanctions completely? I'm not seeing it. I think it's fully gone. I think our sanctions problem is removed. The Donju affects our interest rate, infrastructure, and civilian industry. Yeah, and this does allow you to take intervention idea, neo-imperialism, having a military. I've never noticed that. I need to take military more often. All right, what do we have? What do we have here? We've got a combat foreign influence we can take to get over to the 70% mark. That'll be pretty good. And let's see. Do we have a boat? That would be production. We're looking at the 17th of February, so the first of the next year. We need to check for missile submarine. And just see how far it can sail. Alright, so Vietnam refused us. Let's try the Middle East again. And if I could get this actually down, that would be really nice too. This is not gonna last enough days, so I'm gonna go ahead and trade for oil. But this time, I think we're doing something, yeah, Egypt. Let's go ahead and trade with them and see what they say. Yeah, so that should kick this back quite a bit. Kicked it a whole year. That's unfortunate, but part of the game. Medical relief for the research. And then we'll be, once we get to 75 command power, we're going to go for that weapon sales. Gamble on all those. Just go down the list. And what are we looking at? Not great. Significantly better than the start of the game. It'd be nice if we got foreign investment into the country, but doesn't look like anyone cares. Alright, I probably need to mess with our mechanized divisions. Uh, Armor doesn't need to be... Well, that's debatable, actually. So Egypt's a no-go. What about Syria? Alright. Let's go get these mechanized. Remove this. Yeah, combat width is crazy wide. This to heavy engineer, probably mechanized recon. I could see combat service support with ground stuff like this. We're still at 45 width though. So let's go ahead and remove this. We'd be at 25 width with just this. See what side bonuses we can get. Really lowers a lot of our stats to get artillery on here. Yeah, it makes it way less org. We could put attack helis, that'd be cool. What about tank? Lowers our amphibious. Hmm. Regular artillery. We can try Venezuela now. I think I just saved this. And I can do like, this would add a ton of river attack, just having one. Which we need, oh my god, we need a lot of. Wow. Locked. What specific conditions? What do you mean? What do you mean specific conditions, game? If I swap all this to mechanize, what does this do? Oh yeah, that's way better. Makes us completely useless in the mountains though. I don't think that works. I don't have enough special forces to make that function. See, that's really tough. Yeah, before I do anything there, that's a nightmare. Let's check on the subs. Yeah, so this gives us diesel power electric 3. And as well as cool with us doing that. And we'll go ahead and do a trade agreement with Brazil real quick. And let's sell weapons. See how this goes. And we're back to September. Well, that'll even drop faster. Or to a lower date, or earlier. There we go. Jeez. Earlier date. The word I'm looking for. We'll get a little bit more power here. And our build speed should quicken up a little bit. And yeah, I think finishing those will be good because we'll see who is our friend and who's not. It looks like the Philippines and Vietnam are not. So noted for this playthrough. And what are our bonuses? Yeah, mountain fighting's terrible. These are good in the cities, but not the super cities. Actually, yeah, we need that. So we'll go heavy engineering equipment. All right, we got some of these to give us money. Got the trade agreement. That gives me bonuses for some research, so I'm going to take that. Armored is what, light tanks? Yeah, so we want mechanized. Then if I shift, I'm definitely deleting this one. I don't need this grouping. Nor do I need that. So our innate amphibious attack across rivers is minus 45%. With a 45 combat width, which means this ain't gonna work. I need it at 40. And this is 45 org too. Lowers defense. I'd put that there. I do self-propelled artillery. Where do I end up? Somehow that doesn't work. I need to remove that. There, that gives a lot of. It's not a lot. It lowers org. Boosts defense a little bit. I would, I would think this would be a good base. So we'll go 2008 North Korean NK. And we'll call it Mech Infantry. That's a bad idea. We're gonna save it. All those will change. Alright, so we got Black Market Boom done. I'm going for that. Alright, what did we get research done on? Something. Probably the oil plant. So we could do this or construction, really. Probably go for construction. And power, we're just kind of sitting there neutral. Yeah, because then we'll get these construction bonuses with research. And resource exploitation, extraction. Where is this going to be? This rolls in Changgang. The or Chagang or whatever. Up here. Right now, though, what did we get? Did we get a rubber? Can't tell. I do not know what we got last time, but I do know that this time we'll be able to tell. All right, production-wise, we are 6 months away from our first sub. And we'll get to see what our actual range is. And then this is too far away. Let's go ahead and do an internal investment for making energy things. We'll go ahead and get that. All right, so a couple more construction bonuses we're about to get. China Belton Road, we reject. We already fought for a ton of our own independence. Not doing that. Yeah, we're up to 72%. Yeah, and if you look at our space program, I think, yeah, we have good number of satellites and stuff ready already. So we're fine. We don't need any of that. I think in comsats and stuff, though, we might need a launch. Go ahead and take these trade agreements. And I just realized what time it is. All right, so we're going to pay down all the debt because we're now positive again. Still have a ton of interest. Let's see where we're at on the ledger. All right, so we're coming in. Oh, wow, look, the US went up to $15 trillion. China's up to 10. Japan and Germany are 7. India closely behind with Russia. Russia's actually doing really well there for them. And North Korea right behind Kuwait, even though our GDP per capita is way less, infinitely less. But yeah, that $360 billion GDP, we're over halfway towards our 500 billion goal that we have for research. That's really cool. Anyway, I'll catch everyone on the next episode.